This video shows how the CRO Agent Compare app installs, configures, and displays product comparison tables to increase conversions. The first thing you'll do after installing the app from the App Store is you'll go to your Shopify store and you'll search for the app, or you'll click on the app navigation on the left panel. So if we search for it, we type in CRO Compare and you'll see it right here in orange. So you'd click on it and it'll bring you to this screen. This is the setup wizard. So what we'll do is just walk through this together real quick. So you'll hit get started. And what this is going to do is start scanning your store after we choose a plan. So we're just going to pick the pro plan because that includes everything. And you have a 7-day free trial. You click 7-day free trial, get started. And now we're going to start the analysis of all your product data. So it'll go through the scan. It'll find the product data that we'll use for comparison. And as it goes through each step, it lets you know what's happening. You analyze 17 products. Great. We hit continue. It'll continue further. And now in more detail, it's telling you what is found. These are the specifications that we can use for comparison. These are the common specifications, meaning your standard Shopify data. And then you have your metafield data, which is additional data that you can use to extend your product data. So these are custom fields that we created, and then we added custom values too. As of right now, you can toggle on what you want to see here and what you don't. We're going to leave everything on, and we're just going to move forward, and we'll do this custom ones later. So we'll scroll down, we'll hit continue the theme setup. And now this wants to detect your theme so it can understand your branding. It'll pull from your colors and font family. Great. That's what's been detected. So we hit continue. These are some initial setup options you can adjust right now. Your price, your rating, availability, the maximum products to compare. You can go up to 6. We'll leave it at 4 for now. And we'll hit save and continue. Now we're going to adjust the visual of how we want our compare checkbox to look. You have a couple of options here. As we said, it detected the brand colors. The primary was black, but if we did want to change it into a red or something like that, we can do that. And you'll see the preview here. You can adjust any of these values as needed or enter a custom hex value if you want. You could adjust the size of the checkbox, the label, and the one thing we'll do here, instead of top right, let's make it top left, right? Or you can do it bottom left, bottom right. We're just going to go top right and leave it there for now. And then we're going to hit save and continue. Those are your standard setup steps. From here, we have the enable app embed. That's where you turn on the app to display in your store. You could follow the details here, open the theme editor to app embeds. We'll do that now. And if you want to do something manual, if you have a more sophisticated theme or a customized theme, you may want to go with the manual installation, which you would copy the script tag here. You click this button to copy the script tag. And then you would also then copy the checkbox script as well. And if you did that, you would go into the actual liquid files and you would drop them in. But for the standard setup, the recommended setup, we'd go here, we'd go open up our theme editor, and this is where we would enable the app itself to show. But before we do that, well, let's do that now. Then that way we can. So we'll go here, we'll go into edit themes, and then from here, you would click on the left side, app embeds on the menu, and you would toggle on CRO Agent Compare. You'll toggle this on, and then from there, you'll already see the checkboxes showing up. So again, you'd want to save it, and now our checkboxes are live. So we have our compare live, but as of right now, I'm going to toggle it. So, and you could also check it here as well. So if you clicked on these 3 and you hit compare, you'll notice the red color that we chose before, and you would hit compare now, you will get the product data shown here. So that's already getting started. You get remove. So this is already enabled. This is great. What we can do, you didn't have to enable it on this live store. You could also enable it in an inactive theme if you'd like to get started and make sure it's good before you hit save and check it off. If you want to remove it, you would just untoggle it there and you'll see it go ahead and disappear. So I'm going to save that and now it's gone. But let's leave it on and let's go through some settings. So I'm going to hit save. And now I'm going to go back into our dashboard. So now we're in the CRO Agent Compare dashboard. These are your stats, and these are everything that's going to keep track of as you're using the app. The widget itself, again, you may not need to touch any of this stuff, but if you are using manual, this is where you would select that. Previously, you'll be using manual select. We're using the recommended pathway. The specs, this is the main area that you'll need to deal with. But before I go into that, let me just show you settings. These are the auto inject checkboxes into the product cards. Again, if you have a more standard Shopify theme, it should work. If you have something a bit more sophisticated or customized, then you'll want to go to manual route. Some options to allow where you want the widget to display. Again, the options we went through as we did the setup, the colors, the amount of products, the price, the ratings. You have your billing here, and there's a whole help desk help section right here that you can sort of deal with if you need, or if you need to reach out. But if we go into specs, this is where you'll adjust the data that's going to be displayed within the comparison boxes. So as we scroll down, you'll see what's toggled on and off. These are everything that's being pulled in, and only the data sets with values are shown here. Everything else is down here. It has no data, but if you start to add data, it'll show up here and you could toggle it on. So some of the metafields that we added, you can toggle it on right here. Let's just say we wanted to show difficulty. We will toggle that on, and down here you would hit save widget, save and update widget. And then that metafield, just so you can see where that is, on a product page here, metafields are down here. We were able to add our own metafield for difficulty, and we added a value for it, intermediate. That way we want that to show up when people are looking at the comparison table. So as we go back, and we can jump back to this screen just to preview that. We'll go into, which one is it? Let's go into the catalog page, actually. So let's go into this, pick these 3, or these 4 actually, hit compare, and you'll see my difficulty that I just enabled is now added down here. So we have value showing up for everything. One other thing that we can show here is if you go into a product page, there's also a comparison table that you can add via the embed. So if you click into, I'm on a product detail page. So typically you'd want to show comparisons of other products within the site. So it'll help with conversion, keep people on the site, help to make decisions and evaluate the other products on the site. You'd hit add section, app, product comparison table, and that will be added down here. And here we go. Yep, it'll be added down here. And these are just related products to your product, and it'll show everything that's there. And this is just a table that displays, and you'll have the settings on the right. You'll see here font size, table size, some products you want to show, how much you want to show. So that's just an additional feature of the comparison table. If we go back into the app itself, you'll have everything you need here. So again, if you toggle something on and off, it automatically saves and regenerates. And that's about it. That's a little bit of everything to help you get up and running with the app.